What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the observer pattern. So first I'm going to define how the Gang of Four defines it, the observer pattern anyways, and then I'm gonna give you a simple analogy about what it is, and then we'll get into the code. So the Gang of Four defines it as define a one-to-many dependency between objects so that when one object changes state, all its dependents are notified and updated automatically. Now, imagine we were still in the world where when you subscribe to somebody, you would get their updates. Okay, screw the notification bell. You would get their updates once you subscribe to a person. You would get their new content that they uploaded. Okay. So let's say you are subscribed to me. Please consider if you haven't. But let's say you're subscribed to me. So you're listening to me to change my state. Meaning that when I upload a video, I'm changing my state because I uploaded a video, right? And since you're listening to me, you'll get that notification right away. So that's what the observer pattern. You're the observer and I'm the observable, okay? You're observing me and listening to me for me to change my state. And once I do, I will notify. Well, I don't really notify you, but I'll notify you, or you'll get notifications that I changed my state. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. And let's take a look at the code. So we have 4 classes or 4 files. First one is shopper, where we just store the name of the shopper. We got the mall, where we store an array of all the sales that are happening inside the store. This is where we're going to be storing it at, an array. And inside store is we got the name of the store, and then we got the cell. All this does right now is just counts the logs that it has a cell. And then we got the index right here, where we got 2 instances of a store, which is original things and goober foober. And then we got 4 instances of a shopper, which is WDJ, Mike, Pete, and Sam. And then we got the original mall. Now we want to make it where, ignore that. We want to make it where all the shoppers are listening to their store. If the store has a sale, it will notify the shoppers immediately, right? So we're going to subscribe them to the observable. We're going to subscribe the observers, which is a shopper in the mall. And we're going to subscribe them to the observables, which is the stores, okay? So observers subscribing to the observables. Just like you're an observer, subscribe to me, the observable, and you're just waiting on me to notify you when I uploaded the content. We're going to do the same thing. The store is going to notify everybody that has a cell. So we're going to get original, which is the store, original, dot. And it's going to have, we're going to subscribe. So subscribe. We're going to subscribe WDJ because I like all my things to be originals. And then we're also I'm going to copy this just 2 more times because we want Mike. Oh, Mike. And then we want Pete to be an observer as well. And we also want the mall itself, because the mall needs to keep track of all the cells that's going inside and that's going on inside of the mall. So we want the original mall as well. And then we'll get Goober, which is another store, and we're gonna subscribe subscribe. No, I think I had that right. Yeah. Oh my, I had that right. Who do we have? Sam. You know what? No, screw it. Mike could have Goober. I don't even know what the hell Goober is, and Sam could be up here. And we're also going to subscribe the mall, original mall. All right. Now we have it where all the observers are listening to the observable. which is we have all the shoppers listening to these stores. Now we're gonna announce some stores to have some sales. So original is going to have a sell, and they're gonna give off 99% off of everything because they're cool. And goober.sell is going to have a 0.1% off everything, and since that's Mike's favorite thing, sucks for Mike. And now they're having a sale, so this should notify everybody, hey, I'm having a sale, come to my place, whatever. So we're gonna for now we're gonna log out the Valley Mall. Sorry about that. It's not the Valley Mall. So right now we're going to log out the original mall and .sell, since .sells has the array. Okay, now we have all these things. Now we need to actually modify our classes, our mall, shopper, and store classes to have these methods, the subscribe method, and also notify them once this happens. But at least you understand what's happening in the index, right? You have the observers watching the observables, and they're gonna notify the observers when they have something going on. So the first one we're going to modify is the shopper. So in here we're gonna have a method where when the store is going to be calling this method. Surprise, surprise. It's not the instance itself, it's actually the store class that's going to be calling this method. So we're gonna call this one notify. And it is going to take the store name, and discount. So we're literally, when they call this, we're gonna just log out that there's a sale going on. So we're gonna say this dot store name, or sorry, this name, because we're gonna get the name of the shopper. So we're gonna say, hey, Mike, there is a sale at, and then we're gonna get, why did I leave the tick out? There's a sale ad, and then the store name. Okay, and then we're gonna tell them what the discount is. So discount off, percent off everything. Period. Okay. So this notify method is going to be used only in the store class, because that's where the stores, when they get a sale, they're going to notify everybody that subscribed to them, right? So we have this set up. Control save this. Next is the mall, and it is going to have the same method, notify. It is going to take in the store name and discount, but it's not going to log it out. It's literally just going to keep track. So we just need to add it to the cells up above. So this dot cells dot push, and we're going to just add an object of store name and discount. Done with that. Now we go inside of the store itself. Now this was going to be a little bit more complicated. Not really. So the store is the observable, right? So this store needs to keep track of all the subscribers that it has currently. So we are in the constructor, we're going to have this. So this dot subscribers is going to equal an empty array, because we do need to keep track of that. And we're going to create a method dot subscribe, because we need it, because we need to add it to the subscribers array. So the subscribe is going to take in one argument, the observer, okay, and we're going to just push it onto there. So this dot subscribers dot push, and we're going to just push in the observer. All right, And now we're going to modify the cell down here. Instead of, just logging it out, we're going to actually notify every subscriber that the store has. And we're going to just iterate through the subscribers list. So this dot subscribers dot for each observer dot notify, and we're gonna just notify them with this dot name and the discount. Awesome. Now let's see if it's working. Node dot original dot subscribe. Did I spell that wrong? Let me just copy this. I'm gonna copy this. Just paste it right there. Okay, I guess I spelled it wrong. Pretty sure I did. And we have it right here. This dot name. There's okay. Something's happening right here. Let me even figure it out right now. Shopper, and I forgot the $sign in front. Control save. All right, let me CLS this, and one more time. All right, so we have it right here. Now they're notifying everybody that has are subscribed to their store. So we have WDJ, Sam, and Pete getting the original things, and they're getting the 99% off everything. And Mike over here is getting the sell from Goober Foober, and he gets the 0.1% off everything. And we got the mall right here keeping track of everything that's happening. So the reason why we have this is because what if somebody wants to know what sales are going on in the mall? Well, we could just give them this array and that's it. But now it's time to go to the pros and cons and where would you use this. Before we go on, I want to let you know that I don't know if my voice is soft or not, but if it is, the reason why is because it's 3 a.m. That's the reason why. It's 3 a.m. and I don't want to wake my kids up or my wife. So I just take that in consideration. So this observer pattern, guys, the pros and cons and the wins are pretty much straightforward. Okay. So for the pros, you can introduce new subscriber classes without having to change the publisher's code and vice versa to the publisher's interface. And you can establish relations between objects at runtime, which is a good thing. So the cons, because observers don't know about each other, a simple update to an observer might cause a long chain of other updates. Just be wary about that. And also each observer decides whether it needs to update something when it receives a notification from the subject that something has changed. Therefore, complicated observers have to do a lot of work to figure out what changed when they receive a notification. And yes, that is true. Right now, we did create a very simple. It's a simple observer pattern or observer code, and it doesn't really do anything. It just notifies everybody about that stuff. But typically, when you do receive an update or a notification, you would want to do something with that notification. Obviously, it's not just a simple console log. You want to update other things inside of another object, perhaps. I have no idea. But yeah, just be careful about those things, guys. So moving on to the wins. So you should use it when changes to the state of one object may require changing other objects, and the actual set of objects is unknown beforehand or changes dynamically. Okay, so you can experience this problem when working with classes of the graphical user interface. Okay, an example of this would be you created a custom button class or classes, and you want to let the clients hook some custom code to your button so that it fires whenever a user presses a button. So the observer pattern lets any object that implements the subscriber interface subscribe for event notifications in publisher objects. You can add a subscription mechanism to your buttons, letting the clients hook up their custom code via custom subscriber classes. That's an example, but yeah. Another win. Use the pattern when some objects in your app must observe others only for a limited time or in specific cases. So a subscription list is dynamic, like the one we had, so subscribers can join or leave the list whenever they need to. Just like in our, like, I'm pretty sure Mike's not gonna want to stay at Goober because of that 0.1% discount. You know, that's why he might leave and just join another store, I guess. But yeah, guys, I hope you do enjoyed this series, or not series, sorry, it's not the end. This video on observer patterns, and well, yeah, that's it. Please, if you like the video, please like it, and please consider subscribing if you haven't, and also leave a comment down below where would you use this pattern. But thanks, guys, for watching, and as always, thanks for taking some time out of your day to watch my videos, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye.